Halifax. Manchester City we see first, 4 times winners of the FA Cup, but today facing all the uncertainties of this classical cup tie confrontation. And here are Halifax, 11th in the 4th division, enjoying a vastly improved season, and this afternoon hoping to add to the catalogue of cup upsets. Halifax have to make one change from the side which has won them through to this third round. Top scorer Peter Burke is suspended, so Bob Mountford is recalled up front. Only 3 of these players have appeared in the first division: Jeff Hutt, the sweeper, defender David Evans and Paul Hendrie in midfield. John Kilner's spectacular form in goal has been crucial to Halifax's cup run. He was signed from Preston and today faces Mick Robinson, his friend and former colleague, who returns to the Manchester City attack after injury. But City are without 4 senior defenders, Booth, Donachie, Futcher and Stepanovic, so Tommy Caton and Nicky Reed, both teenagers, are paired together in the centre of the back 4, with City today relying on a 4-4-2 formation. George Kirby, the Halifax manager, in the centre there of their dugout, has added to the familiar cup themes of superstition and ritual by this week sitting his players before Romark, the hypnotist, Romark who claims to have put a curse on Malcolm Allison. Malcolm, in fact, completes a year back at City today and has stressed the vital importance of a good result here to the rebuilding he is undertaking at the club. The Shay is certainly one of the league's more unfashionable grounds, but the prospect of this intriguing cup tie has attracted an all-ticket crowd with a limit of 16,500. The referee, Michael Lowe, who's inspected the ground twice this morning, he said he's virtually lived here for the past 24 hours, but after a lot of work from the ground staff, there's a lot of water still on the pitch, but the game is on. Halifax attacking the goal to our left in a real classical cup confrontation. 4th division against 1st division, the poor of the Football League against the rich. Mick Kennedy is the long throw specialist. Halifax look to get men in at the near post. Harris is one. Mountford, Hendrie! Well, Paul Hendrie, with just a minute gone, within a whisker of giving us a sensational start. Here's Tony Henry, now Phil John. Daly darting into the box, Robinson is there as well, and Bennett trying to set up Robinson. Henry, still not clear. Bennett, Robinson, and hacked away, I think, by Kennedy, who's gone down. City's natural inclination to play from the back will be with them today on a pitch like this. Corrigan kicking every time the ball's in his hands. Evans, who's a good striker of the ball, taking the free kick. Mountford going to meet it. Evans and Smith going for the same ball. Went through to Hutt. Caton's header. And Reed beating Mountford. There's Hendrie. Smith. Stafford playing it in quickly. Almost slithered across to Mountford. Stafford. Perth is on the far post. Power may well have been trying to turn it behind for the corner. Mountford is 9 for Halifax. Just in front of him, 5 is Harris. It's dipping all the way and it's hit the post. Movement again from Halifax. Harris with a touch, away from Hendrie. It was out from Ranson. As they slither and slide, Smith was caught offside. You can see rain falling, which will only make conditions worse. Had there been a lot of rain this morning, there's no doubt that the game wouldn't have been played. Power. Here's Shinton. Ranson. City on the edge of the box. Here's Daly. Bennett. Payton going on. Certainly nothing defensive about City today. And here's Robinson. Beaten away by Kilner. Bennett driving it back. Sees himself as a Manchester United fan, so there's an extra incentive to try and put one over on City. And the volley was from Evans. From Firth, rather. There indeed is the half-time whistle at the end of the first half, which has really lived up to its billing. John Kilner has made two fine saves as Manchester City have shown their attacking class despite the difficult conditions. And at the other end, Joe Corrigan too in good form to deny Halifax. And that really is the reason that at the Shay in this FA Cup third round tie we have a goalless first half, half-time Halifax Town 0, Manchester City 0. Welcome back to the Shay, where the record crowd here is in fact 36,885 for the visit of Spurs in the fifth round in 1953, which was Halifax's last real cup run. And today's crowd have had an interesting first half to watch. The players not only have had to do battle with each other, but with the conditions as well. No goals in the first half. Looking for Harris. Hendrie with a second chance. Reed. Had space, and Dunleavy's back pass was so nearly a gift for Shinton. Dave Evans, who just had two First Division games for Aston Villa, but did play once in the UEFA Cup for them against Barcelona, where he was given the task of marking Johan Cruyff. City breakout. Powering on. And finding Viljoen. Shinton wanting it to the near post. Reed was right forward as well. Here's Bennett. Robinson struggling to reach it. And Shinton! It's a style of play that has served Halifax well in the fourth division. They play with three men in midfield and pull their flank men back to augment that. Makes them a difficult side to beat. But in the last quarter of an hour here at the Shay, they've really got to be looking for a winning goal. And perhaps Hendrie has found it. Well, it came right on cue. Had dreaded is looking more of a reality. Kennedy collects the loose ball. It was held off by Ranson. And in the end, Henry's challenge, and it's all spilling over now, the frustration of Manchester City. Viljoen. The crowd want the final whistle. There's some 2 minutes left. Out from Firth. But not really great strength. Harris's header was a good one. Kennedy, perhaps too casual. Daly and Kilner slipping as he came out. And Robinson almost with a chance to turn it in, or turn it back across the face of the goal from a tight angle. Hendrie, tapped out by Halifax. Payton struck Robinson, and Daly. George Kirby out of the dugout, He knows that there's precious few seconds left, and he knows that it's over. Halifax come up with an upset at the Shay. Manchester City go off dejected. Hendrie is the cup hero for Halifax Town. There he goes, hair is ruffled. His goal, quarter of an hour from the end, puts First Division Manchester City out of the cup.